Right, all right, all right. So as you know, the race to the White House is on and popping. We're 8 days, no, sorry, we're about 7 hours and 3 hours away. 7 days and 3 hours away from the day. So, but there's been an uproar in the last 24 hours or so, and there's been an increased attack, as I suggested last week, from the Harris camp towards the Trump, particularly because of this issue. You need to play the game, you know. But there's a
Yeah,
report.
the event at the Madison Square Garden
Right,
yesterday.
right. So let me read this for the people that are catching up with us. So there's a report on AP News, um, and it says, and I quote: Democrats stepped up their attacks on Donald Trump on Monday, a day after a comedian opening a rally for the former president called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
A comment that drew wide condemnation and highlighted the rising power of a key Latino group in the swing state of Pennsylvania. Vice President Kamala Harris described Trump's rally Sunday at Madison Square Garden as more vivid than usual and said he fans the fuel of hate before she flew to Michigan for a campaign event. President Joe Biden called the rally simply embarrassing. Oh, so Uncle Joe is still awake. In a rare move, late Sunday, the Trump
Ola, please be
campaign.
careful. Are you? Why would you interject if Uncle Joe is
Wait,
still awake? You
no,
are
no.
not Donald Trump.
Well, it's not me
Yeah,
that's saying it. I'm telling the Trump people because they
that is
keep
part
saying
of.
he's
Yeah,
sleeping. Yeah.
yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Uh-oh, he's awake. Sorry, he's talking. Every time I see a comment from him, is just to to push
Yeah,
against
that.
the rhetoric that is
Yeah,
speaking.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yep,
doing great.
yep. So and then I quote the garbage. He spoke about his polluting our elections and confirming just how little Donald Trump cares about Latinos, specifically about Puerto Rican community. But anyway, that's what's going on with that one. I didn't really follow through with the polls, but
Well, let me give you a cherry news
please,
concerning the polls. For
yes.
example, where we stand today,
Mm-hmm.
about 44 million of us, Americans, have voted so far. Early
44
vote.
million.
44 million. That
Oh wow.
represents about 30 million. Uh, no, what am I saying? About that represents about 30% of those of us that voted early during the last presidential election.
Okay,
And this is like
so about over 100
30%.
million voted last time.
No, what I'm saying is that this represents 30% of the total expected number of votes in
Oh,
this
vote.
presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and guess what? In Georgia, more than 2.1 million people have already voted. And this is like 60% more than what it was the last time. The excitement is in the air, and everybody, either way, either ways you look at it, whether you are pro Trump or you are pro uh, Kamala Harris,
Mm-hmm.
the excitement is there. Now, some people already want eager to want to give it to Kamala Harris, but please let
Mm.
us subdue the excitement because it is still
So don't
statistically
get excited.
tied. Yes, it is still statistically tied. But people are saying she has bumped ahead. But we say no, no. And everybody, everybody in the pro-democracy media circle
Uh-huh.
should, yeah, take a kill. I mean, a kill from what they themselves are doing in the Kamala Harris and World's campaign group.
Mm-hmm.
That no excitement about anything, just go out there, vote. You, whoever you like, you vote for. It may be Trump, it
Mm.
may be Kamala Harris. Just go out there and vote.
Just say
Don't
something,
celebrate.
please.
Yes, don't celebrate the victory before it's delivered. That said, you're talking of that uh, loose cannon called a comedian on stage that was enjoying his 5 minutes of fame that has now turned to eternal hours of shame. You know, he was not just the only person, because I saw the excitement, and thank God for people like Dr. Ruben Abati and all the others that I saw on Arise TV in Nigeria this morning, because the lady that actually revealed the news, the news from the international angle, was almost going to parry it over and was talking about the excitement of Donald Trump coming to Madison Square Garden like an home boy. He meant it to be something that will crown it all for him, and that this is his homecoming as a New Yorker. But now it has turned round. Not just that, there was somebody that mounted the podium holding the cross or the crucifix. You know what that symbolizes in America is a consciousness. It's almost like KKK being on parade, Ku Klux Klan. Being on, so there is no guardian rail anymore, like General Kelly warned. And you find the star power now coming all out for Kamala Harris and anybody that is really reading between the lines, whether she wins or not. At least, like I told you, this is not just a referendum on whether we would tolerate a loose cannon like Donald Trump in the Oval Office. What this symbolizes is also a referendum on our character as Americans. That, okay, so Americans will be this will be this permissive to allow a man that has been convicted with 34 felony counts to come back to the Oval Office, that we will allow for somebody who will prefer others being eased out and being carried out as if this is Hitler's Germany. I mean, to come back, somebody that will treat any other person with utter disregard. And things that have been said about veterans, people who laid their precious lives there to secure liberty and safety for all of us. Now, is that the kind of person anybody will want back there? But you know, I'm not a campaigner. My job as a journalist and somebody.
I like how you did that. Like,
yes,
you came back.
Yes.
Like, wait, you know, I'm not a campaigner.
Yes, I know. I'm not good about that. But I'm just trying to remind what is at stake in this election, and the attacks on immigrants, and somebody promising that he would deport like no one has ever seen. And you find that people in Nigeria are jumping all over. He has good economic whatever. I said, do you think America? Excuse me. You think America
is distribute money?
No, beyond that. Okay, look at the gimmick that was introduced by Elon Musk. You do this, you get $1 million. Thinking that this is Africa? No, the way these people want to contaminate every space, and they give people like Donald Trump all the excuse to want to look at this place as some place that is less than America.
Yeah.
But what we're saying here is that this is America, and you find them trying to minimize and shrink every interest group, so long it's not the one he subscribes. But really, other than him, he doesn't believe in anything. And somebody who cannot stand up for something would embrace just any nonsense. And that is why you find people talking in Nigeria about, it's economic policy. And I'm like, which economic policy? The tariff, the notion about tariff, because it's always about concept of an idea. It's always a concept of a program, of a policy. It's not real concrete policy. But let us debate his policy. The tariff that he says is going to put on everything being imported to America. Who pays the bill at the end of the day? Isn't that just sales tax? Of course, you're an expert in all these things that I am. You're a successful business person, Ola. You know what tariff is. I bring in something at the point of entry, custom is slamming stuff on it, and at the end of the day, that is passed on to the consumer. Yeah. Is that not a form of tax increase? That is different from what Kamala Harris is proposing. And when I saw people like you, like Dr. Ruben Abati in Nigeria, going for an honest analysis of the content of what was the real garbage, not Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is not garbage. The real garbage that was dumped on America yesterday was that.
The comedian.
You said
The comedian.
That Ulaba, the Bala Blue, that was dumped on that was dumped on Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And now Donald Trump has his ultimate defining moment. Honestly, I'm trusting the judgment of people of this country, and it almost looks like he can kiss that dream goodbye.
So in the last 24 hours, I think I've seen a rumor that the likes of Jennifer Lopez and some Puerto Rican descendants are now boldly taking to the front forward, and they're saying, hey, they're supporting Kamala. One of them is being this guy. His name is, I'm saying it for the first time, believe it or not, but apparently it's a superstar out of Puerto Rico. His name is Bad Bunny. Now, I don't know why they will call a man Bad Bunny, but to each his own. According to this report on CNN, Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny signaled support for Vice President Kamala Harris on Sunday, sharing a clip on social media of the Vice President's plan.
This is no longer a rumor then. You ascribe it. It's a credible news report. Yeah. I mean, of course, those of us in the Nigerian American immigrant community, we are not making it dog whistle anymore. I have seen people coming out to say that only somebody who is not a true son or daughter of Africa will want to endorse this craze that is on parade.
Listen to this quote from the guy, right?
Right.
And I quote, "I will never forget what Donald Trump did and what he did not do when Puerto Rico needed a caring and a competent leader." Actually, I think Harris said that. This is Kamala Harris saying that in response to the hula baloo with the, from the stage of Donald Trump yesterday. Yes. So they're also talking about the thousands of people in Puerto Rico that died as a result of Hurricane Maria in 2017, shortly after Hurricane Irma caused mass power outages throughout the island. And this island is supposed to be under the custody of the United States during Donald Trump's time. So go figure. I'll let you have the last word, sir, so we can move on to the main story of the day.
Oh, honestly, that is not just, the ineffectiveness of this guy. That, the passage of time can really do so much in terms of remembering. Reminding people, and it's something that can also create a situation of amnesia. People would easily forget stuff. And I thank God somebody is able to bring this back. But remember, each time Republicans are in power, when there are natural disasters in this country, they are always slipping on the wash. Whether you're talking of what happened in New Orleans at the time under President Bush II, or you're talking of this Puerto Rico, the Puerto Rico crisis that was triggered by the Hurricane Maria that was mentioned. But can we also easily forget the tons and tons and tons of bodies in the morgue, in the cold rooms, body bags during COVID under Donald Trump's watch? And the solution to that was that people could drink bleach. They could embrace all kinds of unorthodox. He was selling people snake oil. It's almost like you patronizing the itinerant guy back in Africa that will move from village to village with, charming snakes, and then saying, you come and buy this. It's good as a elixir, as an aphrodisiac. And then you take it. All kinds of stuff begins to happen to your kidney and lungs. We don't need the political space to be pausing any further.
All right, wait. Thank you so much. Do us a favor. Let us know what your thoughts are. We know you don't back off from opinions about Donald Trump, Harris, and the election race. Let us know. Uh, Funny enough, nobody has asked me who I'm voting for, but let's leave it at that.
Let me also ask you: have you voted, or do you intend to vote? Have you voted, or do you intend to vote?
By this time next week, I would have voted for Kamala Harris. That's who I'm voting for. People,
And
people ask
and
me.
my own ballot has already been shipped in the mail. So
Okay, good. So I don't shy away from saying that. Why? My reason. There's still just too many variables, right? But my two reasons, for two reasons. We need a new generation of leaders across the board. Either we're talking about Nigeria or here. Number
mhm,
two, number two is character matters. So
mhm.
I was a big fan of the Apprentice Donald Trump. Like everybody else, I was
Yeah, but
confused after
but,
the Apprentice.
but television is different from real life, man.
In
It's
fact,
different.
in fact, there's a report. There's a report that NBC detached. He kept claiming that they want him back or stuff, but actually NBC disconnected from him
All,
after the comments he made.
let me tell you, if
Yeah,
NBC decides to hire him back for the Apprentice today,
Apprentice. Right.
that yeah, including the parent company GE
Mhm.
and NBC itself, you will see everything cascading. People will resign, and really, the line that he continues to, you are fired, and it's not even his line. It was a script. So this guy is
No,
an
no,
incurable.
but it was a context to that, and it was a fantastic show. I. Still hold on to that.
Agreed,
Uh-huh.
agreed. But even on that show too, you could see his courage and his. I mean,
It was
uh,
cool. That's what businessman is supposed to be. I was just telling you how I got rid of some people before we jump on the show. That's what you have. You have to make tough decisions sometimes,
yes,
right?
we do that. We
Uh-huh.
all do that. We take tough business decisions, but
Uh-huh.
again, it must be done with humane face.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was trying to make a this whole case that NBC wanted him back, but I think those ones clarified that actually they after his comments during when he started running in 2015, they actually disconnected from him completely, and since then there's been quite a few disconnects from the Trump. Outside of political or whatever, there's been quite a few disconnect from the Trump brand itself. If
That's right.
he fails right now, you will see everybody's going to start dropping him. They will start dumping him like a bag of shit. That's what's going to start happening. Just
Pardon that expression.
sorry, pardon my French. Sorry. Okay, that's what's going to happen. So for me personally, I don't have to wait until that. We'll see where it may fall. In terms of the policies, particularly the economy part of it that most people try to pay attention to, there's none of them that's going to send you checks that you don't have to pay for in
That's
monthly
right.
goods after they enter office. So you can
That's
cancel that, especially for the
and
Nigerian. You can
I,
cancel that out.
and then they can ask Nigerians because they
Mhm.
love to they love to be served their breakfast and lunch and what's it called and the dinner before any election, and then they paid so dearly
I
after.
know. I
Yeah.
know. And we've paid at the personal level for Trump even having access to that office at all.
Oh yes, we've all had to sacrifice something.
So
It's
yeah,
cost us so much. There is a price for it.
yeah.
Hmm.
All
Hmm.
right. So now we're gonna be talking about Very Dark Man. We're gonna talk about Very Dark Man. We're gonna talk about Alex, what you call it, EK, some. We're gonna talk about this young man driver who was completely harassed, assaulted. We're gonna talk about that right now. So hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow, and we will be right back.